Cats. Aloof, but affectionate. Serene, but savage. Tame, but supposedly untrainable. That's because, despite living alongside us for thousands of years, they are in many ways still wild animals. And yet, we adore them. Worldwide, there are 3 times more domestic cats than dogs. And they are believed to be the world's most popular pets. To understand how this came about, we need to start at the beginning, with 2 young kittens. Just 1 day old, they are completely dependent on mum. For the first week of their lives, their world is dark and virtually silent. Their eyes are closed tight, and they are as good as deaf. Just one sense is crucial to their survival: their sense of smell. They sniff out their mother's milk, and each kitten finds its own nipple to feed from. The next few weeks of these kittens' lives will decide their future. Young cats have a narrow window of time in which they have to learn to be pets. If they have no human contact in the first 7 weeks, they'll revert to their wild side and will be really difficult to tame. We follow these kittens over the first 3 months of their lives and discover how a curious combination of killer instincts and cuteness has been key to the success of cats. So let's start with the cuteness. Kittens are regularly crowned as the world's most adorable animals. And this is no coincidence. It all comes down to a quirk of our biology. Dr. John Bradshaw is a world expert on domestic cats. Well, there are lots of reasons why we find kittens very cute. Some of it's to do with the fact they're small and vulnerable and furry and they play a lot. But there's some very specific features about their faces too, which trigger some really quite primitive emotions in people. It's known as the cute response. And to show how it works, John has digitally changed an image of a kitten. First of all, we've elongated the snout to make it much more like that of a typical mammal. And you can see already it's lost a lot of its cuteness. And then we've shrunk the eyes down to be, again, much more typical of a mammal's eyes. Now we've basically got an animal which isn't really cute at all. And then you can see, put those features back the way they were, and instantly the cuteness is here restored. So why do we find those big eyes and small chin so appealing? Well, it reminds us of someone much closer to us. Babies. They share these same features. And as mammals, we're hardwired to react to this. Both kittens and babies stimulate our brains to release the feel-good hormone, dopamine. The same hormone that's released when we fall in love. It's recently been shown that watching cute kittens or babies makes us more cautious. We perform tasks in a more delicate and precise way. It's part of our nurturing instinct. And makes us want to look after them. It's so ingrained in our psyche, even children's teddy bears have been altered to look more kitten-like. Back in the Victorian era, teddy bears looked like bears. They were just little replicas of genuine grizzly bears. But then it was quite quickly discovered that actually bears with very large faces and round faces, rubbed like that of a kitten, sold much better than the naturalistic ones. Today, the most striking evidence of the cute response is our love of cats on the internet. We are obsessed with them. In the UK alone, nearly 4 million of us look at images and videos of cats every day. Worldwide, cats have received 26 billion views on YouTube, making them the single most popular category. But what's behind this feline fascination? Well, I think the first reason that we see so many cats on the internet is just because they're very cute. Their cute baby type faces, the fact they're very playful, both trigger something in us which instinctively makes us want to watch them. But it's not just about being cute. Puppies also share baby-like features, but clips with dogs don't tend to go viral to the same extent. Push. It's thought this comes down to their facial expressions. Dogs are eager to please us, and a complex network of facial muscles makes their expressions easy for us to read. Cats have far fewer facial muscles, so their faces show little expression. It means we can decide if they're happy, grumpy, or just indifferent. When you look at a video or a picture of a cat, you can kind of almost project any emotion you want onto it. And so putting captions onto pictures of cats, the whole lol cats phenomenon, for example, is actually reasonably straightforward. Our love of cute kittens and internet cats may seem trivial, but the primitive emotions that young cats trigger in us was a key part of their journey into our homes. We think that this cute response is part of the story of the cat's domestication. The first part is probably about the cat being a good hunter and people not necessarily reacting very much to this cuteness. But quite soon after cats began to live in our homes, it's inevitable that people would have started to just notice the fact that these are animals which really excite us and make us want to look after them. And so that would have then speeded up the process of domestication. Kittens may have duped us into caring for them. But don't be fooled. We also used cats for their killer instincts. Meow. Yeah. Our kittens are now 10 days old. Yeah. And their eyes have opened for the first time. Like most kittens, their eyes are blue in the early days, as very young cats can't produce the pigment melanin. As they grow up, most eye colors will change to green, yellow, orange, or copper. They can hear now too, but they struggle to identify where the sounds are coming from. Yeah. For now, they're completely dependent on Mum. But in the coming weeks, these kittens will develop the skills they need to look after themselves. In the wild, nearly every species of cat is solitary. After spending the first few months with mum, young cats must head off and survive on their own. And strangely, this independent spirit has been one of the reasons cats make such popular pets. There are around 100 million cats in Europe, compared to just 80 million dogs. Dogs tend to be loyal, loving, and biddable. Cats are aloof and self-reliant. They are affectionate if they're in the mood. Dogs are social. They see us as part of their pack and crave our company. So whilst cats can exercise themselves, dogs expect a good game of fetch. And whilst cats are happy to be left alone, well, dogs get lonely and miss us when we're not around. So part of the reason cats have become such popular pets is down to the fact they're low-maintenance house guests. With our increasingly busy lives, that suits us both. But the reason cats and humans got together in the first place wasn't just for their cute looks or independent nature. Curiously, it was because cats were such fantastic hunters. And they still have the agility of a top predator. They can leap 5 times their own height. The equivalent of us jumping 2 double-decker buses. It's a trick they share with their bird-catching African cousin, the serval. But they're not just high jumpers. Powerful and muscular hind legs mean they can leap 4 times their body length. Just like their tree-climbing relatives, the clouded leopard. Large muscles and fluid between the joints act as shock absorbers. And to ensure they always land the right way up, cats have an inbuilt gyroscope in their inner ear. It means they can orientate themselves in mid-air and always land on all 4s. But what's the secret to our cat's extraordinary acrobatics? It all comes down to a unique bit of anatomy, shared by all cats, both wild and domestic.